Hello, everyone. It is Aaron with Covering All Bases. So, we've had the recent technical difficulties, and in our recent video here, the recording got corrupted in the first half. Lots of lagging back and forth. Everything wasn't making sense. Then the computer recording stopped during our podcast. So, I used my phone on the second half, and this is what I'm using right now, and everything seems to work fine. So I'm going to cover what we went over without TJ here. I promise we'll have him in the next episode. We'll get back together. We'll actually be able to record just like we usually do. Um, but other than that, so we kind of went over the Brewers first, and how they've been on a very, very hot offense-wise. They've been very hot. They've had grand slams, 5 grand slams in the last 8 games, and that was as of 2 days ago or 2 games ago. And that was again with Rhys Hoskins, Churio, Jake Bowers, and then also Turang hit 2 of those. We've had a lot of injuries going on with our Brewers team lately. Koenig, Sanchez, Ortiz, and there was Gasser as well. And just recently, Garrett just came back from his injury, just got done with his rehab, which was another point we talked about, which he's been working very hard to get back to where he used to be. Which last night he was 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a single, and a walk. And there was a lot better pitching performance-wise from the Brewers. Colin Rea has been looking at getting his command back, it looks like. Hudson is still dominating with his .82 ERA. Trevor McGill is still very hard to score runs against with his 1.71 ERA. And then the Brewers are still first in the division with a 50-34 record. They're only 6.5 games behind or ahead of first, and the Cubs are 11.5 games behind, but I think it's actually 12 now. And I think we're actually at 7 games ahead. Then TJ went over the Yankees and how they are kind of struggling in the past couple games. Aaron Judge is still on a hot streak with what they're doing. The pitching staff is a little iffy, but they're actually kind of picking it up right now for him. And then he kind of went over Volpe and how he has been a little struggling, I believe. Either it was Volpe or it was the other young guy on the team. But as well as Judge being halfway to 62 home runs. But yes, I believe we really just covered all that. We kind of went over Brewers and Yankees since they were the biggest teams that are going on right now. They're most active sports right now. But yeah, so we just been having a lot of technical difficulties recently, and we're trying to get it all figured out. But this episode's going to be a little weirder and a little short compared to our previous one. But we're getting it all figured out, trying to get it all fixed on my computer, and might just start recording on my phone. But that's kind of what we've been going through right now. So, yeah. So we're going to get back to the rest of the video. I'm going to kind of clip in the second half of the video here. We kind of get into the Bucks and basketball, and I believe a little bit part of the Yankees, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, we go over the Bucks and Knicks and the Packers as well after this. So, yeah. Please enjoy the rest of the video, you guys. If you can, please subscribe to the channel as well as to all of our socials and leave a comment as well. We very much enjoy the constructive criticism as well. So, yeah, thanks, guys.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Oh my God, I can't talk. But anyway, what I was saying was Juan Soto has just been the heart and soul of this team, and that's exactly what we needed. I was so happy when we traded for him. Uh, when he's in the lineup, usually everybody can like has the urge to contribute now, and I love it. Basically, yesterday, everybody except Volpe contributed in some way. Um, Volpe went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, and he didn't. He's just been on a rough patch, and I feel bad for him because I love the man, but he's got to get better. That's plain and simple.
Yeah.
Grisham had another 2 hits yesterday. He had an RBI double. He had 2 RBIs actually, which is nice. He
Well,
started to hit not just home. Oh, did it do it again?
no, not for me.
Oh, am I good?
Yeah, you should be good.
Okay, I'll just restart it. Um, so anyway, like I was saying, Juan Soto has been the heart and soul of this team, which I absolutely love. He was exactly what we needed on this team. Back in last year, we just after Judge got hurt in LA, the team just had no desire to play. It felt like, and it was rough to watch. Garrett Cole was really the only one that actually gave a crap. I feel so bad that we wasted his so far only Cy Young award last season. And if Juan Soto can stay like this the whole year, we do have a good shot at winning the World Series. But like I said last episode, like I still don't see them winning it yet. I still need to see like another big win streak like that we had not too long ago. Hopefully, this is the only dry spell that we have. We are 4-10 in the last 14 games, so got to stay out for that. Um, Starting pitching has been iffy to say the least. I know Cole just got his first win yesterday, but Rodon got roughed up the other day. He allowing 10 hits and 8 runs during 5 innings. He shouldn't even stay that long, but he was fighting Aaron Boone basically to keep him in the game, which I guess is like okay in a sense. Like you want to try to get your groove back as fast as you can, but like don't rush it. Just wait until next game. Like I feel like he should bounce back. Well, we'll see. Stroman's rant on Friday night, what was actually kind of nice to see, a little more passion from him. Um, he was so if you didn't see, he basically he was yelling at Gleyber Torres for not converting a double play ball where he should have because it was Guerrero running. I can pretty much outrun
Oh,
Guerrero,
yeah,
and he was just like, throw the effing ball, man. God damn, fuck, like, and then what's basically prompted Aaron Judge to be like, yo, calm down, man. Like, we got this, which I've never seen Judge like this. Like, Judge clearly is the best player in baseball right now. Um, and I don't know what happened to him. Like, this is the Aaron Judge I've been wanting to see this whole career. Like, I know he's had the 62 home run season, blah, 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 but we didn't really do anything with it. And this season feels like it's very special. Like, it could end in a World Series win in the first time in 15 years, but we have to see. Um, we just gotta stay positive. We can't keep hunkering down on losing like 9-3 and like 10-2. Basically, like just be the Yankees. Be the
yeah.
Yankees that they started out the year with. They started what 13-3 this year, the first 16 games. That's insane. I was not expecting that, especially
Never red hot.
especially the sweep against the Astros to start the season. How do you think
Yeah.
that felt? That was that felt better than the World Series, honestly. So I we are still ahead of the AL East right now, but Baltimore's right there. They're knocking on the door 3 times. You know, there we're only what a half a game, maybe a game up right now. Yesterday, um, uh, Baltimore did lose. I'm pretty sure, which definitely helps. But like I said, it's not gonna be easy, and we have
Mhm.
struggled against Baltimore. We're 2-5 against them this year so far, and we only have 6 more games to prove that we can actually beat them. So I definitely feel like we're going to meet in the playoffs, and
Mhm.
I don't feel comfortable with them right now. Like they are definitely our caveat. They're the one team that I'm scared of this year.
Yeah, that last away stand was very difficult for your team. It looked like.
Yes, yes,
Um, I saw a lot of the scores where it was like 14 to like I think 5 or 4, and then like 7 to like 4 or 5, and I was like,
yes,
geez.
yeah. 17 and we lost at home to Baltimore 17-5 not too
Yep.
long ago, and that was just demoralizing. Like definitely the worst loss of the season by far. Probably one of the worst losses I've ever seen from them.
Hmm.
But um, it's just it's I don't know. Like this team is definitely full of ups and downs, which is annoying. But I want a World Series. Like as much as I want to see the Brewers win it all, I want to see the Yankees do it again. Like I when back in 2009, I wasn't really watching baseball when they last won it, and obviously I was born in '98, so don't remember 1998, '99, and 2000 that much, you know.
Yep.
So we'll see. But in other baseball news, MLB has decided to surprisingly change the rules for the home run derby this year, which I think is ridiculous. The new rules are it's still 8 hitters, but the top 4 will advance. The tie is broken by the longest home run in each round. Or sorry, yeah, in the
Yep.
first round. Semifinals will be 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, which will be based off the totals. Final 2 will be the top 2 face off. Um, the rounds will be for the first round and semifinals 3 minutes, 40 pitches, which I haven't seen before. I don't know why they're capping the amount of pitches they can throw.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, and then you get one timeout, which I'm glad they kept that because you don't want to keep swinging for 3 minutes. That's
Yep.
going to hurt your body. They do get 3 bonus outs, which is still, I guess, nice. But, um, and if you hit another home run that's 425 feet or more, you get another bonus out. So you
Hmm.
can get up to 4, which is nice. But, um, I just don't change what's not broken. I actually like the style that they had a couple of
That was fine
last
before.
like it doesn't make any sense. It's stop changing the game. Like there's been way too many changes this year with the awful jerseys, the All Star game. Like they need to go back to the one thing I do want them to change is get rid of the All Star jerseys completely.
Yeah.
Only you said they have them in reverse order. I feel like they should be wearing them during the home run derby, and not
Yep.
during the actual game. You know, like I used to love watching Derek Jeter, like just wear his pinstripes and
Yep.
representing the AL. You know, like in the Yankees during the All Star game. It was just so cool to see. Like now they just look like trash.
Yep.
Like they're batting practice jerseys, and I don't think I'll ever buy one. Who no matter what, like no matter even if it was in Milwaukee, I wouldn't even buy it. It's they're not meant for a game. They're meant for an event. You know, I
Yeah.
know technically a game's an event, but it's more of like a skills thing. You know, like
Yeah.
and I hate that the NBA does that too. Like
Yeah. I was
I
just
wish the
gonna say
NBA would
that.
go back to regular jerseys.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Well, it represents their team more than just the whole division.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's more about like you're representing your team being there,
Mm-hmm.
not just your division.
Yeah, like ooh, Jason Tatum reps the East. We all know that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, go show some team pride. But I don't run Major League Baseball. Obviously, I should probably just shut my mouth, you know. But that's just as a fan, I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah.
Uh, it's getting rigged. I don't even know what the jerseys look like this year. Have they come out yet this year?
I don't think I've seen anything
Let me
come
see.
out yet.
MLB All Star Game. Let's see. I know the hats have come out, and they're not too bad. They have a little star on the
Oh
side.
yeah.
Yes, they have a star to represent Texas because the games will be in Texas this year. Globe Life, not Houston. Um, and then so it's a star, and then the logo in the middle for the team, and then it's like two stripes wrong. And I believe it's like
Oh, okay. I think I
um,
see the hat. Yeah.
they don't look too bad, but it's I, I just wish they would just go back to just normal. They're making way too many jerseys. I'm getting tired of the City Connect. Like I'm,
Well, that was kind of like the NBA All Star jerseys where they made them last year, not this last season, but the season before, where they just looked like vapes. They look like those vapes, um, like those pocket vapes.
oh
Just the
yes,
color
yes,
scheme. It
yep,
was just
yep,
like it just seemed very like just hard to look at.
yeah.
Like
I don't want
this
to see a lemon breeze and a
yeah.
fucking cool mint jerseys. You know,
Like
just
this
keep
last
it simple.
season's jerseys, they were really nice, at least on the blue side.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's very hard to kind of make the fans like a jersey when it's just for one event and
Hmm.
it's just kind of like lazily put together or just like throwing different colors together to match like this city, which is fine that
Hmm.
they're in, but it's just easier to just have it be the team that they're a part of,
Hmm.
um, or make it like a fan decision, or being able to at least put a little more hard work into it. Like it just
Yeah,
this doesn't seem like it's enough.
yeah. And I'm tired of jerseys being so much money. Like I'm
Yes.
tired of like I'm not. I don't like spending 150, $160 on a jersey anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's getting ridiculous.
Especially since like some of those jerseys don't even have the patches that they wear in game,
Exactly. Exactly.
and they're not as you know again with being lazily put together, no patches on it. It just doesn't seem like it's authentic. But
No.
of course, you'd have to pay extra for the authentic jerseys.
Yeah. Of course.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's a fan standpoint on it.
Yeah.
Just everything's getting more expensive nowadays.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. You have no idea how badly I want to get a William Contreras jersey. I'm
Yes.
this
Oh
close.
my God.
I'm this
Yes.
close. I saw that you bought a Hoskins jersey the other day. I was
Yep.
like, ah, I'm jealous, but I don't have the money for that right now, and it sucks. But I love jerseys, obviously, but they're just getting way too much.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
All right.
I heard there's a pretty big NBA news going around with free agency
Yes,
today.
there is. So free agency started yesterday around 5 o'clock. Ever since then, we reported yesterday when we tried to do our podcast on what was happening, and then we had the technical difficulties. And from those past, I think like 13 hours that went by, um, there has been a lot.
Yeah,
A lot of big name free agent signings and some trades that happened. So I'm just going to note the more important ones. Um, and I'll start off with Chris Paul. He was waived by the Golden State Warriors yesterday. And then late yesterday, he was picked up by the San Antonio Spurs for a year. So that'll be interesting to see him and Wembanyama.
it's Bol Bol and Muggsy Bogues all over again, apparently.
Yeah, it
But
is.
or Manute Bol, sorry. But
It's 7 foot.
that's gonna be funny to watch.
That will,
It's like, come on,
especially
Wemby,
with
throw me the ball, man. I'm sorry, coach.
especially with Chris Paul, um,
Yeah.
because he's been on quite a few losing teams,
Hmm.
and he's a pretty good point guard to be honest. Um, James Harden signed a 2 year extension with the Clippers. Um, Russell Westbrook actually this morning, I believe, signed a extension, if I'm not wrong. Um, Paul George, going with the Clippers again. Paul George was traded sign and trade with the Sixers. He was signed on I believe, 4 year,
4 years, 212.
$212 million deal.
I think that's way too much for him. He's
That is
aging
way too
so quick.
much.
Oh my god. I'm glad Philly made the mistake. I'm so glad New York didn't get him. I wasn't I haven't been a big fan of him the last couple of years. Like
Oh,
if this was like 2013, 2014, I would have been over the moon,
mhm.
but it's he's aging and I don't think he's worth 212. I really don't.
Injuries have derailed his career a little bit,
Yeah.
especially from 2020 till now.
Mhm.
It's been bad, but
And just think of what the Clippers gave up to get him.
yes,
That them and the Pistons, I feel like are the worst run organizations right now in the league.
yeah, especially
Honestly,
the Pistons right now.
and yeah, giving and with the Pistons news, they gave Cade Cunningham, who hasn't really done anything in the NBA, 5 year, 226 was it?
226, yep.
That that is ridiculous. I'm sorry, like props to him for getting it, but I
Yeah.
don't think he's worth it. He's maybe worth 140 at most. Like, what has he done? Like they won 14 games last year.
Hmm.
It's I
Paid
I don't
more
get it.
than
And
most superstars.
yeah,
Um,
they fire Monte Williams where it's not his fault.
yeah.
Like,
No, it wasn't.
look at the team around them. Like, there it was clear as day they weren't going to win that many
They
games.
threw a
And
G League team in. I mean,
yeah, it's ridiculous. 28 game losing streak. That's insane. That's on the players, not the coach. I'm sorry. I feel really bad for Monty, to be
yeah.
honest. I hope he finds a good job somewhere else.
It's like the same with like the Budenholzer deal. It's pretty much Monty right now, but Monty doesn't have
Yeah,
a championship. But we'll
yeah,
move past that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll take the win over Monty in the finals, but still.
And then sticking with the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey got a $202 million, I think, maximum deal.
No,
Um,
he is
yes,
totally worth it. I hate to
yes.
say it as a Knicks fan, but he's totally
No,
worth
he
it.
is very, very good.
Yeah, I
He is
hated
very,
playing
very good.
against them in the playoffs this year. It was
Every
so
time we went up
hard to
against
watch.
him in the regular season, he dropped like 26 or 30 on the Bucks,
Hmm.
and he was like the one player other like Joel, we could kind of stop with Giannis, but
Hmm.
Maxi, we had a very rough time stopping. Yeah, pretty much like De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, seriously.
um, then we get to the Clay Thompson drama. So Clay has been in the trade rumors for quite some time. Yesterday, they released that he will not be. Actually, 2 days ago, the Warriors kind of came out with him not going to be like they're not going to move forward with him, and they're going to be looking into a trade, which the Mavericks today just got him. Um, I think actually they signed him.
Yeah,
It was
sign and trade.
50, yes. It was a $50 million 1 year or three
No,
year,
3 years.
sorry.
3 years.
three
Yeah.
year deal. Um and he actually took quite the cut from what the Warriors offered him last season.
And
Warriors,
Lakers have supposedly offered him four for 80.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, I like him on the Mavericks.
Hmm.
Um I think he'll fit a little better.
Oh
It'd be
yeah.
cool to see Kyrie and him. Um but that, oh, man. It's just so weird going from being a fan since I kind of got into it in like 2015, 2016 season,
Hmm.
back when I actually got into basketball. And knowing that Splash Brothers team on 2K16 and 17, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So seeing him go to the Mavericks after all these seasons, that is
It's gonna be
It's
weird
just
to see.
wild.
There's
Um,
this season's gonna be weird with all these
I know.
new players and in new places. It's gonna be weird, man.
Showing someone the league nowadays, from like 10 years ago, like someone from 10 years ago showing them nowadays,
hmm
I think they'd have a stroke.
Oh yeah, for sure.
um, Moving forward, Obi Toppin got a 4-year, $60 million extension with the Pacers.
I don't like it. I don't
Yep.
like it. He should still be a Nick.
Yep.
I love his energy coming off the bench and everything. It kills me that he's a Pacer right now.
That was
It
a
was
rough one.
yeah. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie. I've always liked him, but we kept his
I
brother.
mean,
Ooh.
hey, you never know. His brother could be better.
Yeah. Well, no.
Then Kevin Love got a 2-year, $8 million extension with the Heat. That kind of shocked me.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to retire by this end of the last season. But it looks like he's got 2 years left in him, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. You can. Is there a
Um,
player option for that, or
I believe there was a player option, but
so? Maybe it's
um,
next year.
w-
Maybe he hangs him up. We'll see.
we have there was just some Ingram trade buzz, nothing further from past couple days with the Kings. Then there was the Warriors turned down the Wiggins and CP3 trade for Levine. Um,
Yeah, that forty
then
million
I
dollar cap hit would be way too much for them.
That would be way
I
too much.
way too much.
And then I just saw a report that the Hawks and Jazz tried to trade Trey Young, and it didn't go through. So that is
That would have
news.
been that would have been interesting.
Hmm. Drummond got a 2-year, $10 million deal from the Sixers as well. So he's going to be a rebounding menace as
hmm
usual on that team.
Yep.
There was a Kevin Porter Jr. 2-year deal with the Clippers. Then we move on to KCP getting $66 million on a 3-year deal with the Magic.
I don't know what they're thinking. I'm
That
sorry, that's
is
much
a
for KCP.
horrendous deal,
Yeah.
honestly. I Going from KCP on the Lakers, then KCP on the Nuggets, definitely got better,
Yeah.
but not worth that.
No. No. Maybe half that. Honestly.
It's just, I mean, they got the money, I guess. I don't know. Mikal Bridges went to the Knicks.
Yes,
He
sir.
got traded for Bojan Bogdanovic and 4 unprotected first-round picks.
Not five anymore. Okay. Well, I'll take that. It's one less
Hmm.
pick.
At least I don't know if it was 5. It might have been 4. That's just what I have. But very good trade, I will say. Now they
I
have
I
the Villanova 4.
I think it's gonna work out pretty well. Um, the Knicks have had a stellar offseason, in my opinion. We gave OG and Anunoby a little much money, but if he stays healthy, I think he's worth every penny. But the one key deal that they should have taken was Havenstein. They should have re-signed him, but
Hartenstein, yeah.
unfortunately he went to OKC,
Yeah.
and I OKC looks really good next
Yeah.
year. They
I
could
was just
they
gonna get
could
to that.
yeah, they can totally come out of the West next year.
Yeah.
I as that's going to be a scary team to watch. Chet and Rob going at it at the boards. Oh, good luck.
I mean, going from first place and then the offseason only losing Josh Giddey and then gaining Caruso
hmm
and now Hartenstein, that is scary. That is
Yeah,
that team might
but
make a push for the finals.
oh yeah, I would love a Knicks Thunder final. Honestly,
As long as they got
that
a
would
big
feed
on it.
families.
Yeah, as long as Mitchell Robinson is pretty healthy, I think they could make a big push.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
The Pistons, like you said, 5-year, $226 million deal. Um, Let's see here. We got Valanciunas went to the Wizards for a 3-year, $30 million deal. The Bucks just got Dylan Wright. We just got him this early this morning for a 1-year, I think, veteran minimum. Um, I I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good pickup. Great defender. That's the biggest thing.
Hmm.
He'll play good with the bench players, I think. He won't really make anything starting role wise unless Doc has to with injuries or he tries to incorporate him somehow in the lineup. But I think it was a great deal. I think it was a great deal.
Yeah, I think so too. We need defense bad.
Yes, especially after losing Drew and Grayson was pretty good at defense actually. Losing Grayson and then losing a couple key other bench players from the other season. It was kind of tough. Definitely the
Mhm.
Drew one was the toughest, but
Yeah,
we kind of sacrificed offense for defense this last season, and especially with a more non-defensive minded coach, it was a little tougher. But
yeah. That was a rough season.
yes, it was.
Yeah, very.
So that was all I had for free agents. The Bucks, however, in the draft, um, had a interesting draft, I would say.
Yeah,
This whole draft was kind of weird. I didn't really know very many people in the draft class. Um, Only a couple from who the Badgers played throughout the tournament. And the first overall pick, it was the um, Zachary Rechache, or however you say that, French
close
guy.
enough.
Yeah. It was, on paper, he doesn't look really that good, but it's Euro League. I'm not a scout, so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't even know who the guy is, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yep.
But we'll see how it pans out in the next couple of years. Um, so the Bucks drafted with the 23rd pick, AJ Johnson. He was a 6'4", 167-pound guard out of the Australian Basketball League. Averaged 2.9 points, 1.3 rebounds, zero point 0.7 assists off of 37% shooting, and 7.7 minutes a game. So on paper, again, doesn't look very good.
No, that
I
sounds like he should have been undrafted. To be
I
honest.
was yeah, I was really really hoping we would have taken Flipowski from Duke.
Yes.
Great power forward center. We would have really used him, especially with Brook being in the trade rumors, which I
Hmm.
forgot to note. Um, I think he'll be the steal of the draft. Flipowski will be, considering he went second round. But I don't really know what to say about AJ Johnson. He looked good during the draft combine, but other than that, on paper, it just doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
Then with our 33rd pick, we drafted Tyler Smith, who is a forward, 6'11", 224. So a bit bigger, kind of more like Giannis. Um, he was from the G League Ignite team, so he's got a little bit more experience with some more tougher players, I'd say. He averaged 13.4 points, 5 rebounds, 1.2 assists with a block, and 47.6 field goal with 36.4% 3-point shooting, which would be very helpful on spacing, and in 22 minutes a game. That was a much better pick, I'd say. Bucks, I think, did really
For sure.
well for the second round, but overall, we could have done a little bit better on our first round pick.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's not another thon maker.
Yep. I was just about, yep. The the announcers for that draft night were even saying this reminds me of the Thon Maker
No,
draft.
don't remind me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was good, but not good enough.
Yeah. Nope.
um, During the draft, Hawks traded DeJounte Murray for Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels, a 2025 first, that was the Lakers, a 2027 first, which was the Bucks and Pelicans least favored from a trade that happened. So DeJounte is on the move to New Orleans. That team might be pretty crazy.
They'll make the play in for sure.
Yeah, I'd say
They'll definitely make the
they
play
make
in.
the plan. There's still rumors about Ingram being traded, of course, but I don't see him being moved. Knock
No,
on
we'll see.
wood. Also during the draft, Brogdon was traded to the Wizards for Denny Avdija. Avdija. Bless me. For the 14th pick, 2029 first and two second rounders. So Brogdon will be a lot better on that Wizards team, I think. He'll probably take more of a Westbrook role, but a little bit better. As well as being with Kuzma and who did they just pick up too? And Valanciunas as
Yeah,
well.
yep. Valanciunas. I was trying to
That
think
was
of
what
it.
it
Yeah.
was. So yeah, I think Brogdon will shine a little bit better there instead of Portland. Um, but we will see how that goes as well.
Yeah.
Other news for my last topic here, we have Giannis. He was playing on the Greek national team along with Thanasis and Kostas. Giannis in his first game dropped 14 points, 5 rebounds, 83% field goal in 15 minutes in that game. So he
Not too
looked pretty
shabby.
good. I'm
Not too
glad to see
shabby.
him back playing basketball, especially after that injury that ended his season, unfortunately, and very depressingly.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's all I've got so far for NBA. What about you?
In my opinion, the steal of the draft is going to be Tyler Kolek out of Marquette, who the Knicks traded for from Portland to get to move up to 34th pick. Um, he had a career year at Marquette this year. He shot 50%, basically 50% from the field, basically 40% from three, which is insane. He was averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 rebounds. Sorry, 8 assists and 5 rebounds a game, in an average of 33 minutes a game, which I cannot wait to see him in New York Blue. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be a really good pickup. Um, he's going to be a great addition off the bench behind Dante and Jalen. To me, this reminds me of a lot like when Christian Brown got drafted by the Nuggets a couple years ago from Kansas, and which, in my opinion, was one of the key factors to winning their championship. And I can honestly see that being the same thing for the New York Knicks. Like, this team looks really, really good. This is the most excited I've ever been about a Knicks team in my whole life. Um, it hasn't. It's. I really want this team to be good. I really want to stay healthy, especially with Mikal Bridges. He's basically never missed a game. I think that's good. That would help us if he can. I feel like Jalen Brunson will miss a couple games here and there. Dante will miss a couple games. Who knows how healthy Mitchell Robinson will be? But um, I just I want players that can stay healthy, and hopefully Thibodeau sees that you can't play 48 minutes every freaking game from now on. But
Yeah.
this team is too good not to win it all now. I feel
Yeah.
like, and I don't think they're done making moves, but we'll see. But that's all I really have to say about that. I wasn't really too familiar with who else they drafted, so I'm not even going to touch their names. So, um, just a little bit of NHL news. My New York Rangers have traded for Riley Smith today from Pittsburgh for a 2027 second rounder and a 2025 conditional fifth round pick.
Okay.
Smith is around like 32, 33 years old, so he's up there in age, which I'm not too fond about, to be honest. Um, it seems like we're just getting older when every team's getting younger and everything. But this season was definitely their season to win it all, and we don't really have the cap space right now to sign that big player that we need, which sucks. So it sounds like next year we ain't gonna win it all either. But obviously, we'll see. But if we can trade Jacob Trouba today, that would be the greatest thing to ever happen. He needs to be traded now. He's been the worst captain I've ever seen on the Rangers. He apparently he was playing with a basically a broken ankle in the playoffs, which I think is kind of unselfish because he looked like excuse my French, but he looked like dog shit in the last series that they had against Florida. He was getting blown by everybody that was playing skating against him, and he's supposed to be a defenseman. Like if you can't let people pass you just all the time, and he just I know he kept us in the game with all the hits that he had and everything, but it's his time to go. And like not this previous season, but the last season before that, he was definitely one of my favorite players. But it's his time to go. And we have a history of trading our captains away for nothing anyway. So we'll see. But I heard there's a rumor that he could go to Detroit, which I can definitely see that happening. I don't know who would get out of it, but hopefully it's someone big. But other than that, we signed someone out of Edmonton. I forgot his name, but he doesn't really um, a factor in their Stanley Cup loss uh, in that series. So it's just another run of the mill signing that we just go along with, which is ridiculous. I'm tired of Tampa, like teams like Tampa signing Jake Gunsel, who has been a Ranger killer his whole career. Um, it's it's not fun. Nashville just signed Steven Stamkos today for a 4 year, 20 million or something like that, which I think is a little much for Stamkos. He's up there in age, and I I definitely was not expecting him to go there. Like
No,
I honestly thought he would be a Tampa Bay Lightning his whole career. He is the Lightning. Well, he was, I guess. But like first person I think of when you say Tampa Bay Lightning, I say Steven Stamkos. He was definitely the best player, but I'm not too familiar with their draft picks this year either, to be completely honest. But
no.
our first round pick in the 30th pick, EJ Emery, I think his name was. He was saying that he models his game after Keandre Miller, who was actually out of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. Um, he was also a first round pick in 2019. Um, so we'll see how that works. Keandre he's a good player, but he's not a superstar quite yet. But he's on the rise. This team still looks good. They'll definitely make the playoffs, but I don't see us winning the President's Trophy next year. I don't see us winning the Cup next year. I don't know who's going to win it next year. I don't really see a favorite yet, but we did. The schedule did come out this year, and our home opener will actually be against the new Utah team, which will be kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Um, There also Utah's first home game will be against another Original Six team in the Chicago Blackhawks a couple of days before
Oh,
that, which I think is actually pretty cool having them
yeah.
play an Original Six team, a brand new team. I'll be rooting for Utah. Not gonna lie, I wasn't too fond on the Coyotes. I know they're
Yeah.
quote unquote historic. Like Austin Matthews was from Arizona, so he grew up a Coyotes fan, and now it kind of sucks that like they're moving on, But a new generation of Utah fans can become the next Austin Matthews. Who knows? But
That's their name still hasn't been announced, I think.
no, like as of now, they are the Utah Hockey Club because they
Yep.
still have to get their name registered and everything, but
Yep.
they still have that fan vote going on. I technically think it should be called the Blizzard. I think
Yes.
that
I
would be pretty
love the
cool.
Blizzard. Blizzard
Either
is a
either
great name.
yeah, either Blizzard or Yetis. I think they
Yeah.
should be going with. But that color scheme just fits really well too. I feel like they're going to be a fun team to watch. They made a big trade with Tampa. I forgot his name, but he was a stellar player. Um, but yeah, this NHL season is going to be fun to watch too. I don't like having to wait until October for it to start,
Yeah.
but at least NFL is coming up soon.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I need football in my life again, especially the Badgers.
Speaking of NFL, I'm just gonna go briefly over the Packers. They did release their schedule quite a bit ago, um, and I kind of wanted to do a prediction of all of the games.
All right.
So, week one is going to be against the Eagles in Brazil. The
Terrible.
Packers
I'm
have,
sorry.
yep, the Packers have not had a very good record overseas. Um, and especially without the usage of green being incorporated in the jerseys is going to suck.
So stupid.
But
That's
I'm
so stupid.
I'm going to think that we're going to come out with a win that game.
I think you will
Um,
too.
I think, especially with Jordan Love and our new key pieces, it's going to be off to a little bit of a rocky start, but I think we're going to all kind of get our chemistry down. Jordan Love's going to be as good as he was last season. And I am hoping for a great first week. Because usually it is a awful first week of NFL football for Packer fans, as their starting quarterback usually skips the training camp.
Hmm.
Unlike Jordan Love. Week two, I think, is against the Colts, and I think we're going to pull another W. Colts
Yeah.
don't have the greatest defense, but they do have a pretty decent defense, I will say. Um, I think we're going to continue our hot streak. Week three is against the Titans. I'm thinking it's going to be another W. Titans, they have lost quite a few key pieces last offseason, so especially their big boy Henry. Um, Week four is against the Vikings. That'll be Aaron Jones's revenge game. I think in Lambeau, and I think we're going to take the L there. That is going to be a game where Jones is probably going to take the ball and run all over our
Oh
defense,
yeah, I can totally
like
see
every
that.
team does. Like every team does. Um, Especially with our new defensive coordinator, I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping great things. I'm hoping he kind of brings our defense back together, especially with his new defensive schemes. But I think Jones is going to run all over us. Week
Yeah.
five is against the Rams. I think a win again. Not much to say there. Just the Rams. Week six is the Cardinals. Um, win. Week seven is going to be the Texans. I think that is going to be an L. It's going to be at home, but Stroud has looked very, very good, especially with his new key pieces he's gotten in the offseason.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
going to
trying
be
to
a
go to that
scary
game, to be
team.
honest.
Yes. The tickets are expensive, let me tell you.
Hmm.
Like high up nosebleeds are like $200.
Yeah. That's a little rough.
But but I think the Texans are going to be very scary. I think we're as a Packer fan, I think we are going to meet them in the playoffs at the
Super
Super
Bowl?
Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm hoping. I always get my hopes up every year, so let's see how that goes. As all Packer fans do.
Hmm.
Jaguars is week 8. I think that's gonna be a win. Um, it's Trevor Lawrence, but week 9 is against the Lions. I think we're going to lose that game as well. Um, Lions have been really good last couple seasons, especially last season, and especially with a couple new key pieces to their team, they're going to be great.
Everybody's
Um,
scared. Yeah.
yep. Honestly, I'm rooting for them. I rooted for them last year in the playoffs when we got knocked out by San Fran, but I'm rooting for them. We've kind of had them as our younger brother and just beat the hell out of them every year.
Hmm.
So I think it's like kind of their time to shine a little bit too. Week 11 or week 10 is a bye week. That's one of the bye weeks in the new schedule, which is very awesome. Week 11 is against the Bears. Win. I
Yeah,
don't
bro.
care who
Yeah,
they have at quarterback. I don't care who they've gotten. Win. I
they're
will
gonna
bite my
go
tongue
home
on that.
probably.
Week 12 is going to be against San Fran. I think we're going to have a revenge game on them. We are going to get the win. I don't think Brock Purdy is going to be as good as he is. He'll probably get better, though, and I'll probably be wrong.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get our revenge game against San Fran finally.
Teams are gonna figure him out. I feel like.
Yeah. Yes, they are, especially with everything that is ran against that offense last year. It with Joe as our damn defensive coordinator last year, I no, I can't. He was so bad.
Yeah.
13 is the Dolphins. We're gonna lose that one. Dolphins are still good. Tua looks great. Tyreek just kills the offense. We always get cooked. Um, it's just gonna be a loss for us. But Lions are week 14. I think we're gonna do the same thing we did last year, Thanksgiving, and we're gonna pull out a win. It's gonna be the same script basically.
Yep, I can
Week
see it.
15, Seahawks. I think we're gonna finally be able to beat the Seahawks consistently. Get a win out of that as well. Week 16 are against the Saints. Every time we play the Saints, we lose, so I'm saying we're gonna lose. Um, Not much to say there. Week 17 is the Vikings. We're going to get a win out of that. We're going to finally get our get back at their home stadium. And to close it all out, week 18 is the Bears. And I think we are going to get a win. It's the Bears, like I
Shocking.
said. I don't think we're going to lose. I don't see us losing in the near future. So that puts us at uh, 12 or 13 wins on the season. 12 wins. Yep. 12 wins and 5 losses.
That's that's kind of realistic. I can see like a 10, maybe 11 win season from
Yes.
you guys, but you guys got to stay healthy. You guys
Yes.
have to stay
That is
healthy.
the biggest thing, especially with our offensive line um, and our offense, I would say. Usually our defense does get pretty beat up a lot too, but I'm hoping for a finally healthy season. Hopefully, the one that brings back the old team that I miss.
Yeah.
But but yeah, that's all I had to do for my little segment there.
So I'm not even gonna go over the Cowboys. They're gonna go 10-7, losing the first round of the playoffs. I don't really care. The Jets, the, the Jets. Um, we do open up on Monday night against San Fran, week one, and it's definitely going to be a loss. I don't see us winning that game at all, but we should be able to bounce back on week two against the Titans. It's at Tennessee.
Uh,
I mean, I know it's a little hard to play there, but Tennessee doesn't look that good at all
no,
this year.
they don't.
We got New England week three on a Thursday night. Um, I think that's a win. It's our home opener too, and that stadium's gonna be rocking. I already know. I've never been to a Jet game, but I I want to go to one so bad. They just look so fun. Um, week four against the Broncos, easy dub. Do I even have to say that? Like they have Zach
Come
Wilson.
on, they got to ride though, man.
Oh, yeah, let's ride. Uh, Week five against Minnesota in Minnesota. Or sorry, that's actually in London. Um,
Oh yes.
I can. Minnesota to me is such a hit and miss team. Like I know JJ McCarthy's there, and I don't think Sam Darnold's going to last the whole year. I think by this time McCarthy will be the starter. Um, I mean, that could be his first start. We'll see.
Yeah.
I can see us winning that game. Um, week six against Buffalo, coming back from London on a Monday night. I think that's a loss.
Yeah.
We get Pittsburgh week 7 in Pittsburgh. I think that's a win. That's also on a Sunday night. Um, then we get New England again. Week was that week 8, right? Yeah. I think we're going to sweep the Patriots this year. They don't look that good. I'm not really impressed with Jake May, to be completely honest.
No.
He just looks like another Trubisky.
Yeah.
And,
I
like
mean,
it doesn't look good for them. Like I think they're going to have a rough year. And then we get Houston week 9 on a Thursday night, which I I think we're going to get creamed that game.
mhm.
To be honest. Um,
Stephon and CJ Stroud look so scary.
yeah, it's going to be a dangerous duo, man. Um, and then we get Arizona week 10 in Arizona. I think we bounce back for a win there. Week 11 we get Indianapolis on Sunday night. I think that's another win. I don't know why they keep putting Jets and Colts on a primetime game. They were Thursday night a couple years ago. I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. But anyway, week 12 we get our bye, which will be nice. I kind of like the bye later in the season, to rest up a little bit more before the playoffs. Week 13 we'll be back home against Seattle. I think that's a win. Week 14 at Miami, that's a loss. At Jacksonville, week 15, that's a win. Rams, I think that's a win too. But I could see a loss, to be completely honest. That's usually when Stafford and the Cup usually start clicking again late in the season. So that honestly, now that I say that, I think it's a coin flip. To be
Yep.
honest, like we can either win or lose that game. Like, and I wouldn't be too upset about it. Um, we do get Buffalo week 17, and I think that could be a win.
Yeah.
Rodgers, they at this point will be fighting for a playoff spot. I think Rodgers will. Um, I think he's gonna come alive. I feel like if he can stay healthy, obviously,
Yep.
but he's not gonna want to lose out on at least a playoff spot against a divisional rival. There's no way he's gonna let that happen. And week 18, we will end with Miami Dolphins again. And like I said, against Buffalo, I think we can win it. I So let's see. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have them about 11 to 12 wins this year, and I think that's realistic. Like, we've got the defense to do it. We've got the O line beefed up already. We've got Braylon Allen going behind Brees Hall, which this running
Yeah.
game is going to be scary. I cannot wait to see Allen in that backfield. Oh, I was so happy when they drafted him.
Very
Like
happy
I
for
feel like
him.
that was the perfect spot for him, to be
I'm
completely
very happy
honest.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you're glad he didn't go to the Bears or Vikings.
I'm so glad he did not
Yeah.
go to a division rival. Oh my God. I saw I think it was the Lions or the Vikings were picking like just a couple picks before, and I was really, really hoping they were not gonna draft him.
hmm
Um and then Aaron Jones goes to the Vikings anyway, so I mean it's like whatever.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I'm excited for this season. Like I said,
Yeah.
the Cowboys are just going to be the Cowboys. I already know that. 10-7, first round exits. So nothing new there. But the Jets the Jets are going to be fun this year if
As
Rodgers can stay
long
healthy.
as long as Rodgers can last more than 3 plays,
Mhm.
yeah. But if I know Rodgers better than anyone as a Packers fan, and he will be very good for you guys late in the season. I
I
know
think
that.
so too. I think so too. And especially that game in Buffalo, like he's played in Green Bay basically his whole
Yeah,
career. He knows cold weather. It's not going to phase him.
it doesn't. It just it's his home. It is his comfort zone.
Yes, for sure.
But
So I
and
think that's gonna. Oh,
I
go
was about
ahead.
to say I was gonna add one more thing. Jordan Love still hasn't been signed yet. Not
Wait.
too worried about it,
Yeah,
but
I would just wait on that. To be completely honest, wait
yeah,
until next year.
all summer. We got all summer.
hmm So,
Uh, that's all I
so I think that's gonna wrap everything up. If you guys could please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It's covering all bases. We post pretty consistently. We like to post about the final scores for the Brewers and Yankees right now. It will be the Bucks and Knicks and Packers and Cowboys Jets whenever that comes
Yep.
up. We're gonna try to keep that up. Hopefully, we can do our best. If it would really help us out. And please also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It will help us out tremendously. Um, and just hopefully you guys follow along with our journey, and we're having a lot of fun with it, and hope you guys do too.
Mm-hmm.
So until episode 3, I've been TJ. That was Aaron.
I'm
Good
Aaron.
night.
See ya.
See ya.
Gotta go watch the Brewer game.
Yeah.